Hi, Stella from Meeple University. I have Bruce here from North Star Games. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming here. Let's let people know a little bit of what happened.
Yes.
Is we actually did this at Origins.
Yeah, and this is GenCon 2019.
And this is GenCon 2019. I didn't let you get that out, and I'm sorry. That's my fault.
That's okay. No, keep going.
But
please.
we've done this once, and it was spectacular. You had people, we had lighting, we had a 2-shot camera.
You were spectacular.
And you were spectacular. And all of the audio's gone. It's just wherever audio goes.
Yes.
So we are back now talking about Wolfgang Warsch's The Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Yes, and that's Tiefenthal in one word, right?
It's going to be in there. So what you see right now is you see the German box where it is Die Tavernen im Tiefenthal.
Yes.
Which roughly translates to the Taverns of the Deep Valley.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we decided that was not really going to sound right coming from the company that put out the Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Yeah.
So we made it the Taverns of Tiefenthal, one word, because Tiefenthal is in fact a place in Germany.
Definitely.
So we figured,
well done.
yeah, we were hoping, but we figured that if you hear the Taverns of Tiefenthal, it will seem like the kind of thing that's from the company that made the Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
From the same designer.
Same designer, same U.S.
Warsch.
company, same German company, same everything.
Very good. So, let's dig into it. So,
Okay.
put this away.
You can put that away?
Yes.
So the game starts, you are running a bar, and you can see the bar down here. Eventually, when it cuts, you'll see the bar down here. So we take a look at the bar. It actually, every single player gets this whole physical bar that you see in front of you. The game begins with a deck building aspect. You have in your deck, you have patrons that are going to come to your bar, and some employees and equipment at your bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this live. You're going to fill up your tables. When your tables completely fill up, you stop drawing, and you will see those in a moment. So if I were to have this, that is as good a setup as I could have hoped for.
Yep.
So here's what happens. Once we're done this, and you've done the kind of the deck placing, the card placing part, you're then going to roll 4 dice and begin a dice draft. So you're going to pick a die you want. You're going to move the dice on until you have filled up, until you have all the dice you're going to have.
In this coaster, right?
Yep, you're going to put the dice right on this, there it goes, right on this coaster right here. I didn't pull the 4 dice out. I feel like if you're watching this, you know what dice look like. So you're going to roll 4 dice, you're going to place them on here, and you're going to do a dice draft. It's 4 white dice.
Yeah.
If you have the server like we have here in the picture, you're going to get an extra die in your color, and that is yours. You do not draft that die at all.
You know what I like about this coaster?
The others, yep. Isn't that cool?
Side.
Isn't that so super cool? All of them have something like that where it's either tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
Yep, and it's just such a neat touch.
And
Yep. So you're going to place them on there, and then you're going to put them out on your board. If you look at the top row, you're going to see people that are going to come to your bar. They have a number on them. They have a green arrow that says 1x. If it has 1x, it means you can only use 1 die. If it has ... the ellipsis, it means you can use as many dice as you want. So here it is 1s and 2s, and you can use them to get $1 and $2. You're going to use money to get new employees and new equipment to upgrade your bar. Okay? So as we move, we're going to move around the table. We're going to move kind of like a clock. Next, you have your barrel house. That is where you can hold up to 2 casks of beer. Beer is a second currency in the game.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you use beer to get people to come to your bar, to spend money to upgrade your bar, to get people to come to your bar, and you play games,
Engine
folks.
building, yeah.
Yep, exactly. You're building the engines. So over here, we have 1s and 6s with the ellipsis, as many 1s and 6s as you place there. You have an unlimited number. Well, you're limited to what you have, but you can put as many as you want. They're going to give you a beer. I put another brewer out there. That means you're going to get 2 beers for each 1 or 6 you put out there. And it has the ellipsis, so it's as many as you want. Anytime you see a question mark, that's any die of any value, your house cask is going to get you the 1 beer. As you move over here, this is your vault. Your vault is where you hold money. You can hold the $2 between turns. This is a dishwashing station. If you upgrade it and you get a dishwasher, you're going to be able you flip it over. And that's the cool thing about this is you're physically going to change the bar as you play the game. If you flip it over, the dishwasher lets you up any 1 die by 1 pip. You can do it, you can go all the way up to 6, but it doesn't go around the world. So it doesn't go from 6 to 1, and it always goes up, it never goes down. If you look over here, the puppy dog, one of my favorite things, the puppy dog can become a server. Yes. Servers will give you an extra die. As we come into the middle of the board, you have the cash box, any die will get you $1. And then finally you have the drunken monk. 5s, as many of them as you want, will move you 1 on the monastery board. The monastery board is down here, and essentially what it's going to do is it's going to give you what functionally you can consider cash and prizes. Just all kinds of stuff that the game can do, you will get from the monastery board. So that is super duper cool. You're going to play it for 8 rounds. You're going to keep building up your deck. You're going to keep upgrading your bar, and you're going to try and make beer to get people to come to your bar. The other thing to note is there is a special sort of person that can come to your bar called a royal. Royals, we'll put it right there. Royals pay a lot of points. If you look in the top corner, it says it's 10 points. That is how you win the game, is points. Royals will come to your bar when you have upgraded. So if you flip one of these over, you're going to be able to upgrade your bar and you're going to get a royal. If you have a lot of beer, 9, 14, or 18, you're going to get beer, or it's also in the cash and prizes. If you get them when they come to your bar, they're going to sit at a table. They all sit together. They are sort of the Kim Kardashians and Drakes and Kylie Minogues of this world.
They don't take extra space, so it's kind of like efficient to have the royals.
Absolutely, and they don't want to be around people, and they only sit together, and they do not pay much.
Yep.
So that only the top card will pay you.
Because this is a limited amount. How many cards you draw is limited, depends on how many tables you have.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. So the other thing to note is all of the different pieces on the board have a coin cost on them. If you pay that coin cost, you can flip them over and it will upgrade them. They will all be better for you. They will get you a new royal and they will help you towards winning the game. You play the game for 9 rounds. At the end of 9 rounds, or the end of 8 rounds, at the end of 8 rounds, the most points wins.
Fantastic. I played this once. Love it.
This is really a fantastic game, and the deck building and the dice drafting together is so unique and so much fun. The flipping over of all the tiles.
It's so cool.
It is so cool because the UI UX in this really makes you feel like you're kind of running a little bar, and it's just so interesting. It also comes in the box with 4 modules. One of them adds schnapps. You can do hard liquor now. You can pay entertainers, and they will do things for you if you give them liquor. So like there's a fire breather. If you pay him 5 liquor, he'll burn part of your bar down and rebuild it. There's also the Bard expansion. You can buy Bards, and they will play a game down by the bartender where it kind of runs in a circle. There's a variable setup where instead of getting the cards I started with, you would get different cards, and you could choose which one you wanted. And then finally, there's the guest checks, where as you draft people into your bar, as you buy people, you're going to get their signatures for your little guest check, and with that, you're kind of playing a game of bingo. So this is super duper cool. It plays in about 60, maybe 70 minutes if you have somebody that really has a problem picking dice.
Yes. Because it's pretty quick, isn't it, when you draft the dice?
Yep.
Now, are you meant to not look at what people are having?
No, you are absolutely meant to see. As a matter of fact, it even tells you to draft in order. So the first player drafts their die, and you can use that information in your dice draft.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can see what's still available, what dice should I take right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can do that because especially like if you have the customers coming into your bar, there will be specific numbers, 3s and 4s. And if you have a dishwasher that ups the number, you might say, okay, well, I see that Stella's about to pass me a 4.
Yeah.
I need 5s. I have a dishwasher. I also need this 6 right now.
Yeah.
I'll take this 6 because I know I can take Stella's 4, I can make a 5, and you can kind of plan that way, which is a really neat thing to do.
It's very unique because the normal dice drafting is that you have one pool of dice, not 4 or whatever how many players pool of dice, and then you draft, you might miss it. Like it's very unique.
Indeed. It very much is a dice draft that feels like all of the card drafting games, like a 7 Wonders or a Sushi Go, or it kind of has that feel to it in how the draft works.
Correct.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this for the second time.
Indeed. Oh, also as a quick note, if you're interested in the game, it will be I know it's coming to the US in Q4. I would imagine it's also coming to Australia in Q4 because we're going to be putting it in both places. So you'll see it towards the very end of the year, hopefully in time for kind of gift-giving season.
That sounds terrific. I'll also put the link under the description of the video below.
Right down there.
You can
right down
check
there.
out NorthstarGames.
Indeed.
.com?
Yes, please. Yeah. By all means, you can check us out at NorthstarGames.com. We'd love to have you join the mailing list. We'll tell you about all the great things coming out. If you're on social media, you can find us at Northstar Games pretty much anywhere you social media. We are probably there.
And check out your profile as well. I'm kidding.
You can also find my profile.
No.
I'm at Brusco Thinks. I tweet mostly about professional wrestling and drag queens. And if that's the thing you're into, come join me. I'd love to have you. I also, while we're doing this, I'm going to plug the podcast. Yeah. I also do a podcast, the Party Gamecast, featuring the Party Gamecast, a podcast about party games and games you take to parties. You can find that at Party Gamecast. So there's everything.
Cool. I'll put the link in the description.
Please do. It's going to be right down there.
Just
join me.
Tell me and then I'll put it.
Absolutely.
Please.
I'll send you something. We'll make this work. We will make this work for you. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much. Bye.